Monkey King with the Bane. Interesting choice here, because do you think Joker wants to play the Monkey King here? Let me see if it's actually played. He has played 2 games of Monkey King, and the third Monkey King was played by In Your Dream. They've won every time with the Monkey King hero, so 100% win rate. They could maybe swap things around here a little bit.
I want to see a carry Monkey King. I don't want to see a position 4 Monkey King.
Even against the Medusa? Actually, you could go Diffusal in this game or something like that. I don't know. Like
Monkey King is a good hero against the Medusa because he does a lot of damage, right? And that is what is important for the Medusa to go through all of that. And even if you get the turn to stone, you have a lot of armor and you're inside of your Wukong's command. So that's why it's so big. The reason I don't want it to go for a position 4 monkey is because Nigma Galaxy will have no damage, and especially now with the Medusa, right? So 4 Monkey King, Bane, they don't do damage. Storm, he does solid amounts of damage, but not a lot. The Nigma will never be able to be there in the first 20 minutes, so Nigma Galaxy will have no kill potential. And then there is no punish for the Rubik or the Grimstroke. So please carry Monkey King, and even a support Enigma, I'd be fine with that, and potentially something like a Mars, which depends.
Radiance ban.
So they're thinking a carry's missing.
Yeah,
could also just be a Medusa counter, kind of to avoid Nigma Galaxy from flexing around their heroes as well, to go for the anti-mage ban. See, if they ban another core, then they really think this Monkey King is going to be pos 4. And that's going to be a support duo, Monkey King and Bane. You have the Enigma 3. You already banned the Ember Spirit away from the Storm. Do you, the Puck's banned, the Night Stalker's banned, the Ember's banned. It does look like a pretty good Storm Spirit game to me.
It is a solid Storm Spirit game. If Nigma Galaxy put the Monkey King on 4, it's going to be important for the Storm to have a good time. So we might even see Army Geniuses just get something that's going to crush the Storm in lane, but as you mentioned, there is a lot of heroes that are already taken out, the Queen of Pain and the Puck probably being the 2 greatest when it comes to the laning phase in particular.
Yeah, the DK, the Pugness, everything kind of gotten rid of.
Dire's ban.
And I banned the Bat Rider as well. There's not a lot of traditional mid heroes left. The Lina is still in the pool. I think Storm still has a pretty good matchup against the Lina in general. Lina can help in killing the Enigma because of the long attack range she has. But then you're playing range mid, range carry. And Pango is going to be your playmaker. I guess you can make that work somehow, but I would like to see Army Geniuses have a secondary initiator with the Pango.
Team pick.
I'm okay with the Lina. I think with the Rubik and the Grimstroke, you actually can get away with it because they're really good at coming towards the mid lane.
Luna swaps to the Tiny.
At least that is a damage dealing carry. So Tiny can come to the fights, and I really want to see him do so. It is a hero that bursts down the Rubik and the Grimstroke. So okay, I'm fine with this one. It's okay for the Monkey King to be a support because the Tiny can really punish the Rubik and the Grimstroke, which is something that you need to do. If Nigma Galaxy started off the fight with the Rubik and the Grimstroke dead, or at least one of them dead, that is gonna be amazing. So Army Geniuses, where do you take this? I actually like your Lina proposal. You don't like it because it's 2 range heroes, but the Medusa is a frontliner. You don't have to look at her as the classic range hero because she's completely fine going all close and personal here. Especially once you use the Stone Gaze, the Enigma, using the Black Hole. You need to do it very smartly. Let's say blink in front of the Medusa and use the Black Hole behind yourself.
Azura has also played mid Pango, so if they put Pango into mid and pick an offlaner instead, there's the Tide Hunter is okay. He has a decent lane. The Furion is in the pool. I'm not sure if I'm a Furion fan. Maybe. They could still pick Womies here or last here. Go for either of those. What about Razor?
Even more damage mitigation for Nigma Galaxy. Actually, that would be okay. It's a hero that builds into a BKB early on.
Choose your
Okay. One says Timbersaw. So mid Pango.
That is going to be a mid Pango.
Yeah, it's a mid Pango for Azura. All right. So he did want to go back to his previously played heroes.
Monkey King carry. Monkey King is the carry.
Azura
Understandably so.
He's played 2 games on Pango, out of the 4 in total, 100% win rate. So another undefeated hero so far.
So when you saw the Timber carry, the Timber offlane, I guess Nigma Galaxy, they swap things around. They're going to be going for a Tiny. Tiny and the Enigma Tiny is probably the best position forward to lane with the Enigma. I'd say, because Enigma does a lot of damage. The Tiny needs just level 2 with one toss back and the avalanche. He kills anyone. The problem I have though with the Tiny position 4 is when is he gonna be getting his Blink Dagger? How is he gonna get into the backlines? The answer is very, very hard. So this Timber kind of forced Nigma Galaxy to put the Monkey King in the carry role. And I don't think you're too happy with the position 4 Tiny. Yeah, you wanted to have that flexibility, but the Tiny on the position 4 just isn't going to be giving that much damage. I think Enigma Galaxy, it's crucial for them to crush the Enigma lane. They have to crush this Medusa and the Grimstroke, make sure they leave the lane early on, and then you know that the Medusa is going to be back, and the only thing you kind of have to be wary of is the Rolling Thunder. You force out the Rolling Thunder, and for the next 80 seconds, you're free to do whatever you want on the map. Farm your Blink, run around, but I still think Nigma Galaxy are lacking a lot of damage, so I'm gonna give my prediction to the side of Army Geniuses.
I somehow get the feeling that we're going to see a lane swap on the side lanes. Enigma versus the Timber and Medusa versus the Monkey King.
Yeah, that would be awesome for Army Geniuses. That would make them just be extremely powerful. The Monkey King wouldn't like laning against the Medusa, and Medusa again.
Timber is better than the Enigma in the lane, and he doesn't struggle against the Monkey King.
Against the Tiny. You said he does struggle or he doesn't struggle, because he's gonna be laning. If he's laning against the Timber, he's laning against the Tiny. Against the Enigma, he's laning against the Tiny Enigma.
Yeah, he has fun against the Tiny, but he doesn't have too much fun against the Monkey King, even if it's just support in the early levels, like the level 2s and level 3. Level 2 is still like a timer when the Monkey King can bully. Let's see if there's anything going on. They're heading to the top lane area. Monkey King already scouting out in front of the tower for a ward. None going to be found there. Jokum has been spotted, though. Moving around this top jungle area. Oh, Vision plays down yet. They did put the deep ward down the lane by Narman. There's the D ward. Coming to gank. Nice.
So let's see. I'm looking at this Nigma Galaxy lineup, man. It's gonna be so hard to make this one work if the lanes don't go awesome for you. You know, every single time that you have damage problems, if you get a lot of levels in the early game, you're gonna be okay because you're gonna have those high level spells. But let's say the Tiny has some problems with his levels, and the Storm doesn't get a few kills early on. I just don't know how Nigma Galaxy are going to be killing heroes. They will have to rely on the Monkey King. And I even think, even if they have a good laning stage, in your dream, it's going to have to make some moves early on.
Right. Looks like they're not going to be doing any swaps for now, but a lot of fighting at the river. Slowing down Jokum. DB almost getting the kill onto that support Tiny. Not quite enough, though. Might have to go all the way back to the base. No lane swaps seem to be happening, so we're sticking with the original plan. Medusa is okay against the Enigma. Just gonna have to do some extra micro control. The Stroke of Fate is very annoying. Like, if you get the snake into Stroke of Fate, you will just clear out the Eidolons right away. And Mizu, he's busy blocking this one guy over here. Finally lets him through.
There's not much that Army Geniuses can do different in the top lane. It all comes down to the creativity of Nigma Galaxy, how well they're gonna play this. Are they gonna get the toss backs? Are they gonna keep the Eidolons alive? And how it comes down to their performance in this one. Army Geniuses, I mean, Varus and DB, they just use their spells. If Nigma Galaxy aren't in a good spot, if they aren't using the toss back nicely, they will be in trouble. So let's see how much Joking can do. It's his movements that you need to be afraid of.
For sure. Gotta keep your wits about you. Especially in these early moments. Don't want to accidentally let the lane slide out of your control right away at the start. Mizu already starting off with denying the melee creep first, then the range creep from the second wave, ensuring that he's got the lane under the tower for himself. Secures level 2. 5-2 in last. It's 6-0 for the Medusa Jokum. He's got toss. Yay, that's a flying snake. Actually uses the Maleficent. I'm not sure if that's a smart idea necessarily. Jokum's still going to take a lot of damage. I mean, you do want to wait for your timing. Now you spent a lot of mana and you're basically ooming at this point. the spells do cost quite a lot of mana at the early levels.
They do, but the new and improved null talismans should be able to keep him okay. I like how Nigma Galaxy are playing this for now. A bit of a mistake from Jokan pulling that range creep. It's gonna allow the creep wave to go a little bit more towards Army Geniuses, but still you will be able to pull that lane back again. And both of the teams are playing quite well. As I said, Army Geniuses, they can't do anything special, but they can keep themselves safe. And for now, they're doing just that. It would be really bad for them if they would give multiple kills on this lane, and there is potential for that.
Zura is at 10 alacrity at 14 CS. Bit of an advantage to start things off with the Storm Spirit. At least the denies aren't in too big numbers. XP is very tied on both of these heroes here in the mid lane.
Understandably so that the Storm will be having a little bit of an advantage against any melee hero. It's very hard to get too close with the Pango. You're just gonna take damage. Just what's happening right now.
It's gonna be Boom Boom in your dream, setting up for the kills. Primal Spring, slow into the right clicks. That's nicely. Joken, is he sniping a courier here? No. He was thinking about going for the walking toss play, but there's still Shield Crash and Swashbuckle. Would have to place yourself excellently if you want to catch a Pango on the move.
So that first blood on the bottom lane, I can understand why it's happening. Army Geniuses, you know, there is a little bit of greed in their lineup, especially Timbersaw. He likes to play with supports that can leave the lane. Earth Spirit, Mirana, Coddle, someone who's good at stacking, good at rotating and stuff like that. Rubik is not the best hero to rotate, and that's why he's just moving around and then he is taking too much damage. You see he's coming to the mid lane to help with the runes a little bit just because he doesn't want to be around this Timber. Zura?
Oh, one more right click to go and just doesn't quite get it. Fate Bolt and Swashbuckle does do a decent amount of damage on all of these three intruders, or two intruders, plus the mid. Why is there 3 people in my mid lane? 3?
Well, usually the rotations start coming when the first rune is there, but I guess the Storm called out, you know, guys, if I take away his water rune, he's not gonna be able to play at all. And on the other hand, Narman just wants to leave the Timber alone. You don't want to be on the bottom lane. You cannot pressure the Monkey King yourself. Maybe once the Timber gets level 6, you're gonna be thinking of rotating there, and it's quite nice that Narman will get his level 3 from the mid lane. So level 2 Fade Bolt will be there and potential to burst down the Monkey once the Timber gets his level 6.
In Your Dream is going for Battle Fury in this game as well on the Monkey King, so aiming to go for the farming game. They've got the Enigma, might as well. They could set themselves for a pretty good late game and still match up against the Medusa, so they don't have to force their advantage too early on. In Your Dream, though, is in a bit of trouble, though. Battle Strike only connects on the 1, and they glyph the creep wave, so he doesn't get the lifesteal out of the creeps either. Trying to juke around, needs a little bit more time. The Mischief even in between to dodge and attack to get the jump off, but no. In Your Dream goes down to Narman. Snaps that Fate Bolt to the face.
We mentioned the Medusa and the Monkey King matchup. The Monkey is actually quite good at her, but Medusa now in trouble on the top lane.
Nice toss. Jokum. Even the AI is intervening as well with the tomato slam. Medusa is running out of mana, so only needing 1 or 2 abilities. They could still toss in Enigma, and he's got the Malefice, but are they... Mizu turned around already. Avalanche, is he close enough? He's got not enough mana. He's gonna have to right-click this thing. And there comes Varus. He's gonna get the Ixwell stun, and Tiny runs a bit short.
And the Zero coming.
Yeah, does Azura come for the kill? He could swashbuckle his way in here, but DB is given this kill. So close to getting it. But losing vision at the most crucial moment, and Mizu also turning around because, like, I'm not going there. Oh, we're going there. Oh, we're not going there. So that moment's hesitation, not able to get the toss from the Enigma to get the Malefice. That would have been a dead Medusa. And now it might just actually be a dead Enigma. Rolling Thunder, number 1, number 2, and Swell is there as well. To 3 connections, and that is an easy kill for Azura.
A big one for Army Geniuses. We talked about their greed in terms of lanes. And the thing is, they're getting kills. You can see in terms of farm that the Storm and the Monkey are doing well, but you are getting kills on them, and that is the most important thing for you to keep yourself in this game.
And if you take into account, Medusa's actually got a decent amount of last hits, a couple Eidolons in the mix, and Nigma's denied 12 creeps. Some of them are probably his Eidolons as well. So Medusa is actually much more farmed than you would think.
Yeah, he's having a good time, especially with that kill that just happened. Yeah. They want to prevent the Monkey King from dying. That's why they're bringing the Storm. I don't think this was spotted. Oh, actually, those creeps pulled in by In Your Dream spotted the Storm. That's such a big mistake because the Storm, yeah, Storm made that play, and if In Your Dream would bait the Timber a little bit, it would have been a kill.
And now they're under a ward. So there's 3 people on this bottom rune, and does Azura get the action rune for himself? It's on the other side, and it's a DD for Alacrity.
We talked about Nigma Galaxy having damage issues. This solves them, and they should be looking to get some kills right now because they're not going to have too many opportunities around the map.
They found stacks. There's a lot of stacks here. There's a dead Pango. Oh, Pango's mana boots are going to be gone for another 1.5 minutes thanks to that. They're here to farm your stacks. At least the hard camp ones. They leave the ancients intact. That's going to be a whole lot harder. But that will also push In Your Dream, you know, a couple hundred gold closer towards his Battle Fury. Every second counts when you're building a Battle Fury in a game.
Definitely does. I'm just curious to see if Alacrity will be going for a Orchid in this game. I'd like to see it. I wouldn't want him to go for the Witchblade again. I just want him to jump the supports and be able to kill them.
Yeah, I agree. Like, if you're going a Battle Fury Monkey King, who's going to be making the plays for your team? Someone has to tempo control army geniuses who have heroes who would love to fight early. So I would totally agree with you that the Orchid is a good option here for the Storm Spirit. Let's see if he goes for it.
There could be a thing that dissuades him from it is that the Pango naturally builds into Yule's just a second Storm, diving top.
Yep.
TP out!
I was about to say easy kill, but it's not. The silence is working against them. Plus the Inkswell, nicely timed there as well, so he cannot actually hit. He needs to hit the bug, then get the Vortex up, but he can't be close enough, otherwise he's going to get stunned by the Inkswell. So really good play there from the Grimstroke.
Yep, beautifully done overall, and we can see that army geniuses don't want to let these towers go. They understand the greed of their lineup, and they understand that the enemies are very bad at hunting. If the towers are up, it's gonna be very tough for Nigma Galaxy to do anything. That's why I want to see, Monkey a bit more. Oh,
toss into the arms of Alacrity, and that Rubik is falling, but the Rolling Thunder is going to be there as well. Nice dodge from Alacrity, gets the regen rune in his bottle. He's able to take down the Rubik, and Joachim gets pushed to the high ground thanks to the Rolling Thunder, so he's actually safe. So rune secured. Storm can now start spamming abilities. They finally killed off Varys. That's actually In Your Dream, and Boomboy playing aggressive on the other side of the map.
That's the point I was trying to make. The Monkey needs to be aggressive, at least until he gets his Battle Fury. His team is going to be needing help in getting kills, and there it is. He got it. So now Nigma Galaxy, they have this gold lead. Let's see if they can turn it into more kills.
As long as Alacrity doesn't take damage, his regen rune is still ticking for a couple extra seconds. And look at that battery he had. The Black Hole for the Timber Saw.
Stolen Black Hole.
Stole the Black Hole. He actually caught the Enigma only, not the Storm Spirit inside it. And Mizu will fall offlane for offlane. And Narman doesn't actually get to cast another Black Hole, so it's just that one. The the duration is not the duration is shorter than the cooldown on the level 1 Black Hole is, so that's the only Black Hole he's gonna get to cast.
Yeah.
Unless you have a Caudle in your team. I don't think that still works. Anyway, moving on. In Your Game is gonna get teleported on by Womi, who just respawned. Early damage. Here comes Boomboy. He's got Fiend Script. There we go.
Is coming.
And our Rolling Thunder is coming in from the side of the Wuhong's command to help out a little bit, but the damage is not going to be sufficient, and Boomboy looks to be taken down by Azura. Pango will score a 3rd kill for himself, killing spree.
That was a cool play from In Your Dream, understanding the second that the that the Bane's ulti was gonna get cancelled just jumping out. If he was just a fraction of a second, if he used it a fraction of a second later, he would have lost his life, and then it would have been a disaster. This way, it's just Nigma Galaxy finding out where their enemies are and not losing any towers, despite, you know, you have the gold lead, but you're weaker. It's very hard for them to kill the Timber Saw, and especially now, when they don't have their black hole, it's almost impossible.
First 12 minutes played out. Post-laning stage moments, 4-5 scoreboard, 1k lead for the Nigma Galaxy.SEA roster. Winning game 1, looking to close out the series 2-0. But Army Geniuses has been a very difficult opponent for many teams, and they have, from time to time, found their way forward, beating their opponents one by one, making it to the top 4. Started off in the upper bracket of the playoffs, knocked out right away to the lower bracket.
I like how this is going for Nigma Galaxy. They are getting a few kills, even though it's super hard. They're farming the Blink Dagger on the Tiny, so they'll be able to catch those supports. And the Monkey King will have an early Battle Fury. The Monkey King wins against the Medusa later on in this game. So it's going to be Army Geniuses trying to hit like that 30-minute timing when the Medusa is unstoppable. But I think that Monkey King will be hitting his stride at a close time to that, maybe at 35, and I don't think 5 minutes of Medusa being the strongest on the map is gonna be enough. So let's just see how it transpires. Though DB does have a lot of farm in this game.
Definitely, yeah. DB's doing a great job leading the net worth at the moment with this Medusa. Level 11. Maxed out split shot. Snake. 1 point in the mana shield, though. So still a bit of a squishy target, but that's Medusa's most important job. Stay away from the enemy. Don't get jumped on by a Storm Spirit. Don't get hit by a Fiend Script. Don't get Black Hole. Don't get tossed. A lot of things you gotta watch out for. It's basically an overprotective mother telling you to not do anything.
There was a ward there behind the tower from Nigma Galaxy, but I don't know if they saw this one.
Mizu's got a hunch, though, and here goes Narman with the ball lightning that just ran out mid-flight. But it will still go through. Azura helps out the team to get the kill. His ball lightning expired during the jump, but he was still able to get close enough to follow up with the combo. And he's got his own Traitor Eidolons.
Okay, Army Geniuses understand right now that it's very hard for the side of Nigma Galaxy to fight, especially if they're running in onto them. So, you catching the Enigma means that Nigma Galaxy can fight, and they even responded with so many heroes. So that is a really big thing. You're giving more space to the Medusa, and you were in the enemy triangle, meaning that this Battle Fury from the Monkey King, you, at least in the first minute, you didn't get the full value. Now, Nigma Galaxy are gonna start stacking, so In Your Dream is still gonna be farming quite well, but every little thing counts. You slow down the Monkey King, you accelerate the Medusa, and she hits her timing where the Monkey King still cannot kill her.
Barris walks into Mizu, and here comes Alacrity. Inkswell, Soulbind, Silence on 2. Hebe coming in with a gaze. Beautiful read. Can they get something done with this, though? Won't coming in for the back as well. And the Soulbind and the Silence has run out. And Azura, he's 2 seconds too late. Maybe they can get a kill on the Tiny. Narman is here with the Stolen Avalanche. Another jump from Azura looking for Himizu. And here comes the Monkey King. Can't get the Wukongs come out off in time. Looking for another angle. There's the Boundless Strike. Beautiful. Fiend Script's going to be there as well. Again, canceling the Wukongs come out. Finally getting it through. And into the Black Hole onto the Timber Saw. They take the Pango. They're going to take down the Timber Saw. They've already taken the Grim before the start of the fight. Now the Medusa on the run. And In Your Dream gets to live, and he's getting 1 salve, 2 salve, 3 salves for himself. And he's going to be pretty healthy after that. 1 for 3.
They saw the Storm with relatively low mana, and they knew the Tiny was dead. So a big chunk of damage from Nigma Galaxy was off. But the thing is, the Enigma with the Midnight Pulse does so much damage, and the Pango without the Rolling Thunder just isn't that tanky. So the second they took down the Pango, there was no more damage from Army Geniuses either, and Nigma Galaxy. It was just a matter of time before they strike again.
Another jump onto Varys, but the Silence is there. Inkswell stun does catch the Tiny, but Pango has been slept. Will be held in place, and that defusal does a decent amount of damage onto the Tiny. One more on top of the one more. Fast Bats, Tiny taken down. Everybody else is out of there.
DB gets his Manta. So now it's time for Army Geniuses to push forward. DB knows without the Black Hole, he can stand his ground, and there's almost no chances of the enemies killing him if his team is nearby. So him having this Manta is gonna make it quite hard for them. And even Vomi is a hard kill. You can see that the Storm and the Monkey King don't want to go for it. They don't want to even attempt to force out TPs, but Army Geniuses, they're not gonna wait for the TPs to get forced out. They're gonna make a move
They see
of
the
their
Storm
own
Courier.
right now.
Perfect timing. They're going to run into Alacrity, and here we go. Lift into the air. Rolling Thunder's going to be there, and the X-Well will follow up on the stun, so Alacrity is stunned for days. Monkey King gets out, but the Storm Spirit falls. There's also Rubik not being able to get the toss off. Not required, but toss can also be a very useful tool in terms of their team fight.
Very important thing right now for Nigma Galaxy is vision. They have one ward in the bottom lane that's a big one for pickoffs, because right now you don't want to be fighting head on. Maybe when you get the Black Hole, but even then it's gonna be tough to set up a big fight. You want to spread the map around, you want to jump around, push out the waves, and catch people with your Storm, catch people on the Bane. Ideally, you catch someone with the Storm, the TPs start coming out, the Bane on the other part of the map stops someone with the sleep, and then you get multiple kills on multiple parts of the map. That is what you need to do now. Use the mobility of your heroes, because Army Geniuses are way too powerful at this point, especially the Medusa. For the side of Nigma Galaxy, even when the Black Hole is up, it is questionable if she's killable.
Here we go. Fresh Blink Dagger. Toss into the air. Finally gets to use it. So that's going to be another kill going in the way of Army Geniuses. Having the Medusa run in the front as well. Nigma Galaxy is going to be feeling a bit fearful.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Army Geniuses are trying to force out the fight. That is the main thing, on their terms. Even though it's close to the enemy side of the base, it doesn't matter, because just with the Stone Gaze you can easily disengage. So Nigma Galaxy, they have to be a bit more careful, and until Army Geniuses start TPing towards this bottom lane, they need to be very hesitant about playing top at all.
I wonder what Enigma wants to get next. Looks like he's saving up for a BKB. But he could also just buy a Blink Dagger in this game. Sell the Wind Lace, get that extra mobility. Blink and Aether Lens is fantastic in nighttime games. You can blink from so far away and they won't even see where you are when the Black Hole goes off because of the extra cast range that it gives. And even in daytime, you can jump from almost maximum range to catch someone into the Black Hole and just surprise them completely. So let's see if he decides to go for it. Hasn't revealed what he wants to go for next. Storm wants his Witchblade. He did build it the last game as well. That has been his item build. The BKB treads 2 Null Talismans and the Witchblade.
The Witchblade does give them damage. That's something that they are lacking.
Oh, Mizu's getting jumped on, but the mouth is done onto the Timbersaw, but the Ink-Swell's going to be there, and with the help of Womi and the boys, they're going to be able to take down one. Now Bane getting hit as well. Joe comes down to intervene, and here we go. One goes to man on 4. They're all stacked up. They're all stacked up. They're all dying. Instant smoke coming in as well from Nigma Galaxy, going on a chase onto the Medusa. They know they need to push the advantage and maybe get DP as well. They already took down 3. Mizu with the toss into the Black Hole from Jokum and Mizu, but they just need a little bit more. The feed scripts there. Womi takes down Boom Boom, and now looking to take down DB. Yes, they can. Womi as well, getting Malphus done as well. The Timber falls. Nigma Galaxy wiped them up. Jokum tosses Mizu in. Who the fuck needs a Blink Dagger when you're gonna tiny to toss you in? And the Aether Lens to do what it needs to do. Black Hole from the range, and that is a team wipe for Nigma Galaxy.SEA. What a fight.
Just like the former US President, Nigma Galaxy are now saying, yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
They just went in and they crushed Army Geniuses. This is the problem when you are running into Nigma Galaxy and in your dream is in a good position. The Monkey King does so much damage. He annihilated every one of them. And I think the Storm Spirit now, after he saw that fight, that he should change his item choice. Go for an Axe. If you can set up the fight, not only for the Monkey King Wukong's command, but also for the Enigma Black Hole, you can win every single time.
Looking for Mizu on the smoke. Roll Thunder. Needed actually in this one as they take down Mizu. The Black Hole man has been taken out of play. Garmin also stealing the Eidolons for himself.
You go
Eidolons
Roche
versus
now if you're
Eidolons.
Army Genius.
Look at this trader fight in the jungle. Rubik Eidolons stronger than Enigma Eidolons. This time.
You know, that's kind of my kids are stronger. My seed is stronger. In
I
Army,
raised my kids better than you. They're not quitters.
That's actually a big flex, you know?
Yeah.
Either way, they walk into the Roche. Wukong's command is up. So Nigma Galaxy, they have a tool to fight. The problem is you're playing against the Timber. I actually don't like that Womi isn't dealing with all of the trees. You need to cut down all of the trees around the Roche pit when playing against the Monkey King, and he just didn't do it. This might give something to Nigma Galaxy if they even want to fight.
Doesn't look like they want to. Just farming safely in the jungle. It looks like they're going to give this one. They want to have their black hole up, apparently. Jokum is there for the steal, but there's the gaze. Jump in from Alacrity, and DB will be taking the kill, and the Aegis for himself. Jokum in trouble. Storm should be getting out as well, but he's leashed for now, and now able to get the jump out. So Jokum is going to be the only one to fall. Azura still chasing, but he runs into a bunch of crystals. Those crystals messed with his head, so he turns around 180 degrees.
Pretty solid attempt from Nigma Galaxy. Other than the Storm BKB that they lost, the tiny kill doesn't mean much. And you forced out the Stone Gaze and the Rolling Thunder. So at least the first minute of the Aegis is gonna be a time where you can split push a little bit and not really be afraid of Army Geniuses going for a full-on fight. That's gonna give you enough time for your black hole to come back.
Exactly.
So you're okay if you're Nigma Galaxy giving away that tiny. Giving away a free Roche is never good. That's why just jumping in, trying to make a play can most of the times just give you something that otherwise, if Army Geniuses keep all of their spells, they can just push onward for a tower. Now they're gonna be a bit hesitant, at least in the next minute or so.
23 minutes into the game 2 of Nigma Galaxy versus Army Geniuses. And this is turning into a very, very interesting game in terms of how even both of these two teams are. Very cooldown-based Dota. Not just living on an item timing, but more who gets the better team fight, because either one can win. Really an either one can win situation, just like game 1.
Still can't believe the Storm isn't going for an axe. He got the Witch's Blade, okay, but now he's thinking about the Shard and the Shiva. Sure, it's gonna give your Monkey King a lot of damage, but still.
He wants the Shivas because the Soulbind is preventing him from doing stuff in fights. So if he builds up armor to live the leash duration, I guess that's the reason why he wants it. Your dream. Whoa, me. And your dream shows himself as well. He's gonna get lifted by Narman. Stolen Avalanche down to half HP. He has a BKB. He could always teleport out, but in your dream, what does he do? Jinku stacks are up. Azura is coming in from the side as well. Jumping into the tree. Gets knocked out by the Rolling Thunder. And there we go. Wukong's come out with the BKB. Jumping onto the Timber Saw. 1 versus what? 4? Keeping away. Yep. Has to do it. Like, this the only thing that he had left to get the heck out of there.
I thought he was immediately going to be KB TP, but he was just trying to get as many heroes towards him as he can, understanding that Rubik already used his lift. He knew that there was no danger there, though still, maybe he didn't know, you know, the Medusa having the Stone Gears can cancel your TP. So, really weird from the Monkey King to go for a play like that.
Yep, indeed.
A bit greedy, but works out.
Radiant's bottom tower under fire.
Aegis is still up for 2 minutes, able to take down the tier 2 tower in the bottom lane. Army Genius is now opening up a lane again. Both side lanes actually open towards the base of Nigma Galaxy.
Dire's top tower is being attacked.
Ooh, Jokum really playing with his life.
Icyul's usage, still just a stun and remove the Diffusal Blade. And here goes Alacrity jumping onto the backline, also the Rubik.
He got the
Rubik.
Rubik.
For 1. Maybe he can get the Grimstroke as well, but he is so bound and actually leashed now as well to the Bane. But Womi, Timber Chain a bit short. Azura does get the stun onto the Storm Spirit, but he's able to zap himself away outside of the pit. Monkey King is observing the situation in your dream, just watching from the sidelines how things are escalating.
Mizu, I think the Storm there was like, I killed the Rubik, where's my Enigma? And Mizu is just split pushing. He doesn't care. He literally doesn't care. And I'm okay with that one. There's still an Aegis. And
wait,
Black Hole?
Black Hole on 2. They've got the Pango and also the Grimstroke in it, but Azura will get out of it. Wukong's command is now with the Fiend Script also connecting as well. Boom Pui just needs a bit of extra damage to make sure that this Pango goes down, and Azura tries to shield crash himself forward, but not gonna do enough for him. Tower down, 2 kills. He's with a very good Black Hole there for a second. Grimstroke down, Pango down. Aegis is running out.
Mizu finally gonna be telling his Storm.SEA, I used my Black Hole while the Rubik is dead. I did follow you through, just not in the time that you were looking for. So that's quite nice coming up from them. And also, that's during the duration of the Aegis that they managed to get a tier 2 down. DB canceled the TP there towards the top lane. He didn't wanna fight after he saw that the Rubik died. So Nigma Galaxy, they've prevented this Aegis from being too successful on the side of Army Geniuses, especially with his tower falling. So I really like that play from Mizu, that he focused more on the tower rather than on winning the fight. Because if you go into a fight there and the Medusa comes in with the Stone Gaze, there is a good chance that you lose it. Now without the Aegis, the next Black Hole can definitely be used to kill the Medusa, but the problem is Rubik will have a BKB.
He's in a scan here to spot Jokum, but thinking, is there somebody else in the region? Tiny will lose his life. But they're setting up at the top lane. We already knew the Tiny was going to die, but they're not getting the jump, or are they? Boundless strike onto the Pango. No Fiend Script, though. Not going to let this one go. There's a TP coming in from DB. He is also on the sides.
They caught the monkey.
Yep. Nightmare's also going to be there. BK's going to be ready. They do get the catch, at least onto Norman. Norman's going to be down. Varus is going to be falling as well. Mizu on the sides. Needs another 70 seconds of the Black Hole. And DP's Crystal has just died on the Courier. A bit of damage missing from the Medusa in this fight. Mizu bobs his BKB and forces the Grimstroke with him. Everybody else is inside the Wukong's command. Medusa running out of mana. The mana shield is going to be completely depleted and fighting against it. Can they take him in your dream low? And it will go down to Womi and Alacrity on the run. There's the Chakram. Double kill for the Timbersaw. Womi able to secure it in the end. Nigma Galaxy.SEA ending up losing more than they bargained for in that fight. It's a 3-for-3 with a buyback from the Grimstroke, but there were more than crucial kills for Army Geniuses.
Yeah, but also the Medusa dying, that's a big deal as well. A Monkey King, he will go for the Skadi. I can expect maybe even a refresher to come out from him after the Skadi, and maybe he finishes off the Daedalus first. But we could see there that he can deal with the Medusa. The problem is his BKB got popped a little bit earlier in the fight, and the Army Geniuses, understanding that both the Pango and the Timbersaw stood their ground, that was very dangerous territory for them because the Wukong's command was dealing so much damage, but they were trusting the Medusa was gonna survive for long enough so that they can finish off the Monkey King. If they started backing off, it would have just been the Medusa dying, and they maybe would have gotten the Monkey King, but the Storm follow-up kill would never have happened. So that is a really good call from Army Geniuses to stay inside of the Wukong's command and fight until death. The problem I see here, supports on the side of Army Geniuses are way too squishy. Narman, luckily for Army Geniuses, will get a BKB, so the Storm won't be able to get the kill on him, at least that easily.
The 30-minute mark is now full. 18-19 on the scoreboard in kills. Net worth is bouncing back and forth. The graphs are a bit of a heart rate sensor here, or heartbeat sensor, even whatever you want to call it.
EKG.
That's the one. I already forgot what it is, but that one. Silver Edge soon up on the Medusa. His Crystallis is still on the Courier. Died in the last team fight, so Medusa was missing that extra bit of punch, the mini crit, so to say. That Silver Edge is going to make wonders.
I think Army Geniuses are losing their timing. They're gonna get the bash on the Pango. That's a big part of the fight as well, but the Enigma approaching the refresher, the Storm, he still doesn't want to get an axe. I don't know why, but Alacrity may be thinking that Drow should give it to him. But Army Geniuses, they're going to be at their strongest. They're actually now at their strongest when the Medusa is having all of these items. These are the perfect items for her. So they want to push forward. They want to get the advantage now, because later on it's going to be tough dealing with the double Black Hole.
Perfect chance. Rubik instantly taken away again. The Eidolon, but then doesn't get the blocking at best. He could go for the Black Hole, but he doesn't have the range. They save the Medusa. Medusa moves himself away with the Hurricane Pike. They did use quite a lot for this one, but they killed the Enigma nevertheless. AG Have a moment to breathe. Roshan is up. Does Enigma buyback for this?
This is a big timing for army geniuses. This is a tough call to make. I would say no, don't buy back for this one.
Yeah, but they're gonna fight anyway. Rubik's gonna be caught in the Fiend Script, and Alacrity goes for the kill on Norman. Jumping on the second support. Grimsword's gonna be there as well, and that's gonna be a new. Now you don't need to. Now with the BKB popped as well. Womi, he will be right next to Boom Boom, who will be taken down. Joachim very low on HP. They got the Wukong's command coming out as well from the Injured Dream, and Womi forced away from that one. Joachim still seeing the high ground, observing and keeping an eye open. Everything is okay for the time being. 1-for-2 trade here for Nigma Galaxy, and might have just bought them the required time to actually be able to contest Roshan again.
The army geniuses aren't going to be ready to fight in the next 60 seconds. That's how much you need for the Wukong's command. So Nigma Galaxy, Southeast Asia, they're in a pretty decent spot. Again, I'm going to continue saying it. Alacrity buy freaking Ags. The reason why he should buy it is because the Enigma is having troubles getting close for the black hole. But if you have that Storm Spirit to help the Monkey King in the Wukong's command, you might not even need it and can hold it long enough so that army geniuses can never commit. It's getting super hard for the Enigma to get a good black hole off because he needs both the Rubik and the Pango in it now, with the Pango having the Skull Basher.
Silver Edge ready on the Medusa, ready to pack a punch. Also ready to break the Monkey King. Those Jingu stacks from popping up, but it would still be a big advantage nevertheless.
Stupendous.
At least for a couple seconds during the fight, but the damage output, the saving tool for the Medusa, being able to reposition. A lot of great stuff brought by the Silver Edge item pickup here for the Medusa. But what does she still need? What do you remove the wand with? Do you go for Butterfly? Do you go MKB? Daedalus?
Butterfly makes most sense. Butterfly does make most sense here.
Do they need more damage? Is Daedalus better? I mean, you already got the Silver Edge, so you don't want to stack two crits.
Yeah, you probably don't. I think Butterfly is the best one. You want to be able to hold your ground against the Monkey King. The misses are definitely gonna be a big deal. And when you look at the Monkey King, his inventory, he really doesn't have a space for the MKB right now. That is, I think that is the best choice from DB. Maybe he goes Satanic, but...
Yeah, Satanic could be also an option, but here we go. AG with the 5-man smoke. Norman goes for the blink and then interrupts the Tiny inside the Chakra. Boom, boom, unable to go for Nightmare. Save Alacrity, up at the back line, going for the Rubik instantly. But the Soulbind is going to be there. But what can they do? Azure over the air, Disco is going to be popping as well. Womi now taking the fight to Alacrity. Alacrity Storm Spirit getting silenced up and he's down. They're going to be able to take down the Storm Spirit. He's gone for 90 seconds as well. AG taking control over the river. In your Dream forced out. They have to reassess the situation. DB into the pick. It's going to start with Roshan. Nigma Galaxy. Still keeping an eye open. Do they have a smoke to play with? They have one on Boom Boom. Just if they clear out the illusions, they might be able to go. And now they do. The smoke's going to be there. Now exiting the pit, actually, in this case, is DB with all those Medusa illusions. Roshan down to 3,000 HP. All they need is one good jump. One good Enigma play. Mizu. There's a lot on his shoulders. Roshan at 3,000 HP. Asura ready to go in. There's another tree toss. Angle takes a bit of damage there. Canceling the Blink Dagger momentarily. And back into the pit they go with the Chakra popped by Womi. And still thinking. In your Dream. Wukong's command is ready. There's the gaze. They want to force this Roche now. And force Nigma Galaxy to back away. They will take Roche scot-free. Can't fight the gaze.
In their own perspectives.
That's big for sure. We can see Storm not being able to kill the Rubik right off the bat, and he gave it everything he could, but he gave Rubik the ball lightning. Now you could see the Rubik's positioning in that entire fight. He's just staying under vision, and he knows the only way that they lose the fight is if he gets caught inside of the black hole. So Narman, he stays out, he has the blink, he has the ball lightning, the mobility on the Rubik is insane, so he'll be able to do anything. And I think that Army Genius is now with the Rubik having the ball lightning these next 5 minutes. This is their timing. Increase the lead right now, and then it's gonna be tough for Nigma Galaxy to play fights. Enigma went for a blink. He understands he needs to make plays. People need to stay in the Wukong's command if you want to win the fight.
because now they have to change their way of adapting into this, and they got to jump the Grimstroke right away. Rare's coming in from the side. Electri's going to be there. Jokem also on the jump. They're going to look for the support. They're going to be able to take down both of them right away. Look at the Fiend's Grip as well, connecting onto the Medusa, and will be able to control her for the first life completely. Boom Boom just not dying, and finally is taken down. And that is also going to be the Aegis popping. Black Hole. No, the Black Hole got cancelled. Oh my goodness.
They care though.
That is so big, but can they still win this fight? Wumi dropping low, deep in the middle, still without any mana, fighting his way to the end. Gonna get the toss from the Rubik on top of him from Joker, and Alacri is gonna be taken down by DP, still doing the damage, but DP's down. Medusa falls by coming in from Boom Boom as well, and hunting down the Timbersaw. Wumi dropping low, and onto the high ground he goes. He's gonna be sacking his life, so Nigma Galaxy is gonna be finding another kill for themselves, and Jokum still hunting for the Rubik. There's a DD rune there as well. He's just outside of vision, and he cannot see where the Rubik is, and now shows up in the lane. Jokum could still go back in. Blink Dagger is ready, but there is still a bit of a distance to catch in. I won't be able to get that, and that is a full-on team-wide buyback coming in from the Rubik as well.
That was a 0-second black hole onto the ground. The Medusa was dead for another 2 seconds when the Nigma used it, and you still win the fight convincingly. This is what it means to have a Monkey King inside, or the Medusa inside of the Wukong's command. The hero just can't win. You're not doing damage to the Monkey King, and you're taking way too much damage there. So we can see that the Medusa wants to go for the BKB. He knows he needs a defensive item, and just not being able to move is a big problem there. If he gets out of the Wukong's command, we might be seeing a different fight, but everyone on the side of Army Geniuses, their goal in that fight was get the Medusa out, and they just couldn't do so.
Closing up on the high ground position. Nigma Galaxy able to take down the mid tier 2. They have to defend their base still. Monkey King already heading back to the base to defend off all those attackers. No more Aegis advantage for Army Geniuses either. Roche is going to be dead for a minimum of at least 5 minutes. I have to reassess the situation. Pango looking for a refresher. Grim going for the Aeon. Rubik going for the Aeon. They've recognized our supports are dying way too fast in these fights. They need to stay alive for a bit longer to have an advantage. Otherwise, if Army Geniuses just have their supports getting killed right away at the start, what can your cores do if you don't have the backup?
So that was the best bet for Army Geniuses to win this game before the ultra late game. I don't want to say that they've lost this one. Anything can happen in late game Dota. You can die, buy back, die again, and just lose the game like that. But this is the
but at least
timing
so far.
Yeah, this is the timing for Nigma Galaxy to win the game right now. And Army Geniuses, they have to get some big items. Aeon Discs on the supports are the main ones that you already mentioned. The Rubik and the Grimstroke, they need to survive for a long time in the fight. If they die, it is over. The Medusa will lose the matchup against the Monkey King if they start fighting each other. And now he says, okay, screw the BKB. I'm gonna go for the butterfly. Does make sense somehow. But can he, the answer is still, can you leave the Wukong's command? Even if you have a butterfly inside of the Wukong's command, you lose the man fight to the Monkey King,
But NGX.SEA, they're going to go for the 5-man smoke, and DP's in the middle. With the Silvers, he just showed himself. Perfect chance here to maybe even close out the game if they can kill this Medusa right away as they're jumping the backline. It's the Storm going for the kill on Norman. They will get at least a small touch of this fight. The Black Hole was used. The second one doesn't get enough. The stun's going to come out again, and that's going to be holding him in place. That was the Gay stun this time. A Pango down. The toss onto Nomi. Womi on the Timbersaw. Going for the BKB teleport out. Is able to get out back to safety. And Medusa also gets home.
This is what we were talking about. Nigma Galaxy, they fail all of their spells. Literally all of their spells fail. And they win the fight. Not even a chance for Army Geniuses to do anything. The only thing that when you fail your spells, you might not be able to push right now, but that doesn't matter. You're just gonna go for another fight. Still, it does give a bit more time for Army Geniuses to get those Aeon Discs up on their supports and have a bit more in their tank when they're fighting. But that's just perfect fight for Army Geniuses, and they can get nothing out of it. The Stone Gaze comes out at the perfect time, stops the first Black Hole. Mizu immediately knew he was gonna turn to stone. He goes back, uses the refresher, and then he gets turned to stone in the attempt to get the second black hole off.
Jokum going for the dive, looking for the Grimstroke, gets the toss out on time, and Varys is going to be in trouble. Grimstroke down to half HP, the Yules is going to be there for the time to keep himself alive for a little bit longer. The Black Hole's going to be connecting as well onto DB. The Medusa's inside it, just need a bit more damage to take him down, but they can't. They cannot kill this Medusa. The Pipers are coming in for the Pango and from the Grimstroke as well. Jokum tosses the Enigma back to safety. They want to get Mizu out of there, but In Your Dream is going to be turning around. He's got the Wukong's command coming out as well, and inside is going to be Azura, it's going to be Womi in there as well. They're taking a lot of damage, and they need to get out of there. Moment's pause and a moment to breathe. AG forcing up the buybacks, but can't get Nigma Galaxy's heroes killed, but they cannot kill the Medusa either.
Again, army geniuses, they just can't get any kills right now. The Medusa isn't doing enough damage. I don't even know if the butterfly is the way to go. Maybe just go rapier. But is he even getting any hits in these fights? When the Wukong's command is there, there's nothing the DB can do, but I still think, okay, he went for a blink. Okay, that one I'm okay with. If you actually manage to jump the Monkey King, turn him to, lift him up, turn him to stone, and kill him before the Wukong's command, that is a path to victory. That is the one that I actually like. So the Rubik starts off the fight, lifts the Monkey King, then goes immediately back and waits for the Enigma while the rest of them try to kill the monkey. That is a good idea of how to actually win a fight from army geniuses.
AG are also smoking up from their base, looking for a kill outside. Azura ready to load up that Rolling Thunder and find a connection. That ward is also going to spot that illusion rune taken away, so they know they're invis somewhere. Nigma Galaxy taking the high ground position. Alacrity in front. They will not go that deep.
You can't go on the... You can't go onto the high ground where Nigma Galaxy are ready. You went for this swift blink on the Medusa with an idea of killing the Monkey King, with the idea of you being the one to initiate. If the Monkey King is on the tree, you don't know exactly where he is. He pops the Wukong's command, it's over.
DB
he has the refresher as well.
She's going with full conviction. It actually finds the Bane right away. Bane takes some early damage, but the save from Jokum tosses the Medusa on top of the cliff. The Medusa stuck there for a second, but is able to blink out from there. While Varys, Norman on the side, they're taking down Jokum, and it doesn't look like it's going to be much of a fight from Nigma Galaxy as they've already sacked their supports.
Interesting approach from the Tiny to actually go into that fight. You know, the Medusa has 2 mobility items, so it's not like that toss changes everything.
135 Roche timer. Doesn't really favor army geniuses here, but at least they're able to get some structural damage inside Nigma Galaxy's base. The jump from Alacrity. As long as they don't end up getting soul bound again, at least they have some way of still getting out, because that's been a big issue for the Storm Spirit as well. If they just get hit by soul bind, there's no way of getting out. Connects. 1 minute for Roche.
Just a little bit unlucky on army geniuses. If it was an earlier Roche respawn, they would have gotten the Roche from those supports. But you're playing against the Storm, you have to assume that you're not going to be able to push until you kill him.
Top lane, these Eidolons are going to be doing a mass of work. 50 plus damage, plus 5 demonic conversion Eidolons. You multiply these fellas, you got a whole army. You got a whole army of over 100 damage dealing Eidolons chewing your buildings down, and that is a very powerful tool for Mizu.
One big thing, Panda, here is that Enigma is
They're gonna get the Orchest connection onto the Medusa, but again the Enigma gets stunned, but there's the Black Hole, gonna be connecting onto the Medusa, holding him in place, but Rubik, did he get the steal? Rubik has the stolen Black Hole, and he's gonna throw it down, but it doesn't do anything. Now there we go, it actually is placed right now, and on the Storm, and on the Enigma, and the Monkey King is gonna be following as his friends are falling. The Rubik is down, dies to the Wukong's command. That was the second Black Hole was the Enigma's, and then did the Rubik throw his stolen Black Hole after that, and they were both cancelled by the Pango Basher. This is something we touched upon in game number 1 about the Bashers being some of the worst enemies for Enigmas, and Pango being one of the best Basher carriers in the game, getting an almost 100% Bash chance with that Swashbuckle if every hit connects. That is painful.
Timber
3v3.
has a hex. Timber has a hex. So Army Geniuses, they're itemizing in a way that they can kill this Monkey King. Though without the Medusa, it's very hard for Army Geniuses to fight this one, especially because they don't have buybacks.
Rubik going to go for the buyback as well. John Mako goes instantly for the toss play. And they do have the Monkey King inside the Beast Grip as well. And the Timber Saw very low on HP. There's the stun of the Monkey King's down to 1,000 HP. And still being held alive. They're tossed into the air. The Norman stays in his Yules. And Monkey King still alive. The Nightmare will help him live a little longer. 3-man boundless strike as well. And there's Sinistera down. Norman trying to make a run for it as well. Jokum still chasing the Rubik, but Rubik able to get away. And that will be costly. But the Medusa is coming back up in 15 seconds. And Roshan, he's outside of the pit. He's more interested about this Wraith Pack Totem instead of actually giving stuff for Nigma.SEA. And even if they respawn now, doesn't look like they're going to be able to fight for Roshan. And Nigma one step closer. Medusa is TPing in, but is she going to be fast enough as there's only 1,000 HP to go? They're pinging the Roche Pit and now going in, but the Aegis is down and they're going to secure everything. The Aghanims, the Cheese, the Aegis, it's all theirs.
And you saw in that fight, Storm finally got his Ags. He ate it. Who's gonna be getting this one now? Are they gonna give the Ags to the Bane? Maybe to the Enigma? Either way, it's gonna be a big item.
Bane got it.
Okay, that's big.
Triple Fiend script, right?
Yep. Very hard to cancel, especially for the side of. You know, if you're playing against something like a Monkey King, Shaker, or something along those lines, even the Tiny, it's quite easy to cancel. But with the heroes that they have, unless the Pango is the one going through all of them, if you use the ulti on the Pango, it's going to be very tough for Army Geniuses to cancel that one out.
Definitely,
So
and especially if you take like a choke point fight or something. One of the illusions is on the low ground, 2 of them on the high ground. Like you just can't get to all of them. So that's going to be troublesome for Army Geniuses for sure. And Boom Booey, his positioning just might be key. They've picked up a gem on him, and they have a secondary gem on the Tiny. So this Silver Edge on the Medusa is not going to be enough to keep her alive if either of these supports is nearby. In your dream, already sneaking inside the base.
Position.
They've got the damage coming out from the Eidolons, dealing damage to the tier 3 tower. DP going to be there, forcing Jokum back away. Doesn't quite do enough damage to pop the Aeon Disc though. Boundless strike on top of the Medusa. He's going to be there with the Chakram as well. The Wraith Pack Totem will be taken out of play.
Army Geniuses did itemize properly for this late game. They are behind, and it's not easy for them to fight, but they have the tools to do so. The idea is still the same, kill the monkey. The problem now is he has the Aegis, so for the next 3 minutes, you have to be careful about leaving your base. But the thing is, at this point in the game, you don't have to leave the base. It is different right now. You don't have to fight outside of it, but Army Geniuses, they still want to do so because they have the Hex, and they have the Blink on the Medusa. If they get the first jump, it's going to be fine. You just get a pick off right now, and they're going to be happy with delaying the Aegis. You don't have to rush in on the Monkey King right now.
Army Genius is smoked on the side of the mid lane, and they found Boom Boo and stunned up with the Basher from the Swashbuckle. 1 gem down, but that's the Gaze. That's the Rolling Thunder. That's 2 ultis used.
That's nice. You are just delaying the Aegis timing. You're fine with getting that 1 kill. Army Geniuses probably aren't gonna push
But
the
how do they defend? They
push
don't
the
have
advantage.
Gaze is down for another 70 seconds, so if they push now, that's another lane of racks gone. Rolling Thunder's going to be up in 13. Oh, the jump of the Pangolier as well. Azura has to pop his BKB. His Aeon Disc will pop. Bomi, double Chakram on top of the Monkey King. Does a decent amount of damage to start things off. He's down to half. Stun's going to be connecting as well from the Basher. Izu waiting on the low ground. Alacrity goes for the deep dive onto the backline. Vortex only hits onto one of them.
Pango?
Doesn't quite get both of them here. And now in trouble. Pango's also very low on HP at the moment, but In Your Dream looks to be falling first. But the toss save from Jokum, and the top racks have fallen. Here comes Medusa, striking from the side, but just not doing enough damage. And without the Gaze, you're not canceling any of these TPs. They're all gone. 2 teleports already gone through. Jokum on the run. He's hiding in the trees with his Trickster Cloak. And blinks to safety, and he teleports out as well. Nigma are safe.
We need to be looking at the Womi damage in this game right now. He's the one that deals with the Monkey King. When there's a Wukong's command, he's the only one who can do the damage from far away enough to actually threaten the Monkey King somewhat. So he's the one that needs to be dealing with him, because right now Nigma.SEA, they can always just walk up to the high ground and use the Wukong's command. So what it's up for Army Geniuses is they have to catch the enemies before Nigma.SEA are actually set up in front of their base. Let's see how they're gonna do it. They have this nice ward in the mid lane, and they're probably gonna be playing around that one. You can see the area that they want to hold.
Monkey King has gone for an Arcane Blink just to get the Wukong's command off much more, much faster, much sooner. More Boundless Strikes, more stuns. Who needs Swift Blink with all the damage you have when your Wukong's is in the biggest role? DB in front on the Medusa, all by himself. Phase Crypt's coming out. Narman able to only get the brace up, but there's the Black Hole cancelled. Can the Rubik get something done here? He doesn't have his spell still on cooldown. They've lost Medusa, they've lost the Grimstroke. They won't be able to get anything here. Narman's going to be falling too. 3 gone. Nigma Galaxy finding the perfect target first and taking 3.
He had the spell steal, but the Lincolns on the Enigma, he just bought it. He just bought it. Rubik, they have nothing to stop it.
Just bought an Octarine for himself. Pango gonna get Boundless struck. Why in your dream, Womi? Inkswell's gonna be on top of him, stunning the Tiny, but the Aeodisc is there. Azura dropping low. Pango down, has a buyback available. Medusa coming in with the gaze, and this is pretty much all in. Can they get these kills? The Enigma still has a Black Hole available, but Mizu, he goes down, he's dead, but the Vortex from Alacrity goes on too. Now looking for more. The Phase Crypts as well onto the Medusa. DP on the run, and in your dream still surviving. Azura going for the damage onto the Monkey King with a BKB on. There goes the Wukong's command. The last moments for Army Genius coming into an end. Pango dropping low, but able to get out just in time. And there's so goddamn many illusions in here that in your dream, I don't even want to know how much damage he actually dealt inside that team fight, but he definitely dealt a lot. As they're finishing off another set of racks for themselves. Enigma might be gone for 70 seconds, but he's got that Black Hole, and Army Geniuses are in trouble.
There is no Wukong's command. I think even though it's 3 versus 4, that Army Geniuses their best bet would be to get out of the base right now. Womi in that fight, he was the one that did the most damage because the double chakram is just so strong. Don't be afraid. This is their best chance to win this game right now, but they're staying in their base, and I really don't like that is happening against the double Wukong's command, against the double Black Hole. It's almost impossible for them to win a fight.
It is so hard for them to win these fights, and it's somehow still barely holding on, but not completely getting dominated. Timbersaw again getting struck, and there goes the jump onto Azura. Die back on the Pango. Azura's down. Phase Crypts there onto Womi as well. The Timbersaw falling and dropping down, and it's just the Medusa, a lone survivor, to hold the base of Army Geniuses against Nigma Galaxy.SEA. Buyback coming in from Womi and keeping them away for now. Another Wukong's is up in 1 second, and with this Medusa having another gaze, Nigma Galaxy move out for a reset. They forced out the buybacks that they were looking for. There's none remaining. Rubik's gonna get his back up in 11 seconds. But outside of that, there's nothing remaining on the Army Geniuses. Their fountain side is gonna be pretty depleted.
The Medusa was left alone there, but you could see that the Timber and the Rubik, they're gentlemen, and they're gonna be coming in for the Snake Ladies. Help, but still, Army Geniuses, they can't leave the base. Next time around, Nigma Galaxy, they just go towards that last lane of racks. They use the Wukong's command, and it is over at that point. They're in a smoke. Army Geniuses are not catching them outside of the base, and they're gonna be in a 4 versus 5 scenario where a 5 versus 5 might even kill them. So let's see.
And the double Black Hole as well. See what they can do.
Possibly last fight of this series.
Possibly might just be the one to knock out Army Geniuses out of the tournament. The Wukong's command will be applied by In Your Dream. Varus in the front, dropping very low with a Grimstroke. Jolcam going for the toss onto Womi. And another beautiful Vortex. What a play from Alacrity. Finding 3 and looking to take them all down. The Black Hole's there onto the Rubik. It is a vengeful one because he wanted the Rubik exactly inside it. In Your Dream with the BKB, forcing the Medusa away. Medusa's mana pull completely defeated. Mizu coming back in. Refreshers pop, and there's one more Black Hole to give. And the Medusa down, the Timber down. Army Geniuses getting knocked out of the tournament. And Nigma Galaxy.SEA, they take them all. They are going to the lower bracket final with this victory and live to see another day in the tournament. Army Geniuses are out.
The second that this game didn't end with Army Geniuses having that Aegis, that was the crucial fight that Nigma Galaxy won. Staying inside of the Wukong's command when the Monkey King was level 25 was just such a bad move from them. They couldn't bail out the Medusa, and that is the part where they probably lost the game. After that, it was out of their hands, and it was actually Nigma Galaxy that needed to make mistakes, but they made all of the mistakes in the world. Black Hole the ground again, immediately cancel the Black Hole, give it to the Rubik. The green hole takes every everyone in, and still Nigma Galaxy are winning. They make so many mistakes. It just goes to show that in the later portions of the game, this Army Geniuses lineup just wasn't gonna work. Womi, he did his best. He itemized properly to do the damage, but they just didn't have enough to kill In Your Dream in the later portions of the game. Even if you kill Alacrity, even if you kill Mizu, if the Wukong's command is there, the fight will go the way of Nigma Galaxy Southeast Asia. And they get this win in the end. They held up really, really strong in this one, and Army Geniuses just didn't use their timings properly, and they did hit them. Just a slight mistake cost them the game.
Exactly. This was a crazy series in the end. And for Nigma Galaxy to persevere through all the hardships that they kind of faced, that Army Geniuses with their, you could say they were living up to their names. They were really geniuses in this series. They understood when they had the best moments. And you talked about in this second game about that moment when Army Geniuses was the strongest and couldn't get the best result out of it. Was kind of a defining moment as well for them, that this game is probably not going to be going in their way as the final result. But still, a well-fought battle, very well-played moments, but couldn't shut down Nigma Galaxy. In the end, they even got a lane of racks for themselves, but it wasn't nearly enough to overcome the Nigma Galaxy SEA team.
This is the kind of the story of Army Geniuses that I've seen in this series. When they're stronger, they kind of stopped thinking about how we're going to win the fight. They're just like, they think they're taking it for granted. The next fight is ours. Yes, the next fight is yours if you play it properly. That's what they did in the previous game as well. They're stronger, but they need to use the every single thing of their lineup. In the last lineup, it was mobility. In this lineup, it is positioning around the Medusa, and they didn't position too well. Once Alacrity cut their mid wave there, they just stayed, they revealed all of their positions, and then they lost the fight. So that is something that they are gonna have to tackle. It is your timing to fight, but you do not fight everywhere and any way you like, because the enemies will find a way to win against you if they have a better position.
But this was a crazy-ass series. This was the final cast from us in this tournament as well, with T-Panda and Harry Freak. Do give Harry Freak a follow on Twitter. Very good lad, very good analyst. And
give T-Panda a follow on Twitter.
Tomorrow is going to be the final day of the playoffs. Aries and Danog are going to be taking over the lower bracket final between Polaris Esports and Nigma Galaxy SEA, followed up by the best of 5 final with Execration versus the victor of that series. Starting at 11 in the morning, so that is 16 SGT, I believe, local time, if I understood correctly. And the grand finals 3 hours later than that. So that being said, BTS actually tomorrow is also going to be doing the East European closed qualifiers. That's where you will find me and Harry Freak. We worked with the EEU DPC Division 2, if you remember. So it's glad to be back with our home turf, so to say, as and it's always a great, fun region to watch. But SEA has been a whole heck of a lot of fun. Thank you so much, all of you people. Thank you from behalf of us. We will see you guys next time. So until then, take care of yourselves. Good night and bye.